Morning, folks. John Pettipas, 10 minutes before 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, the 20th day of the month of April 2023. Dr. DOOK, D-O-O-K, TCHOO, T-C-H-O-O, Kim. This is black and white, reading this morning's Halifax Herald. And he was born in North Korea. That really caught my attention. Lovely, well-written obituary in this morning's Halifax Herald. He was born in North Korea. He was born on October 19, 1930. So he's born 93 years ago this fall in Suncheon, North Korea. He was the only child of Young-jung Kim and Kan Bung-chung. And in 1946, at the insistence of his mother, he was guided by his uncle to escape to Seoul in South Korea. 1 year later, he made a clandestine trip to North Korea to visit his parents, which was still under communist rule. And once again, insistence of his mother, he escaped back into South Korea, never to see or hear from his parents again. He started his education in high school and undergraduate studies, ultimately medical school. When North Korea invaded South Korea in 1950, they quickly overran most of southern peninsula, and he had to escape Seoul, trying to avoid capture by the North Korean Communist Army and their collaborators. Several times during this period, he narrowly escaped capture and execution by his invaders. And I'm going to digress here. We have so many people, I'm in Tracadie, Antigonish County, and it's not just Tracadie, but so many people ruining their lives with alcohol and chain smoking and growing drugs, smoking drugs, selling drugs, ruining their life. Fishermen, so greedy, some of them you can't even talk to them. Greed is a terrible thing. This man eventually found his way to Canada, actually to New York, in the great state of New York, and he went to a city of millions of people, became a medical doctor, and met a lovely wife that was from Lourdes, not Lourdes, France, wonderful place, but Lourdes, in the Port Peninsula on the west coast of Newfoundland. There's Piccadilly, Lourdes, and other communities along there, mainland and so on. And so Lourdes, there's a big Catholic church there built by Father Green. He's got the stuff left over from the U.S. military at Harmon Air Force Base, World War II in Stephenville. And he built a beautiful church, Ephesus to God. And this guy, by the way, is a Catholic. Him and his wife just celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary. So anyway, he practiced medicine there, and then went from a city of millions of people, New York City, to a small, lovely Port Peninsula, some of the finest people you'll ever meet in the world, Newfoundlanders, or something like Cape Bretoners. And they take and practice medicine. He was given an award about 20 years ago for practice. He went to St. John's, was a specialist, I believe, in St. John's, Newfoundland, and eventually died in Halifax, Nova Scotia. He was almost 93 years old, and he's having a Catholic service and will be buried at the Halifax area, Fall River, in the next couple of days at the funeral mass. And so the point I want to make is, people, I seen a piece of American Experience, David McCullough narrated, Ken Burns. If you appreciated what you had in Canada, if you appreciated what you have, my beloved United States, that people would fall on the ground and kiss the soil they're walking on, rather than be so greedy they can't see what's going on, or ruin their life with drugs or alcohol, and be living in an alcoholic, smoke-filled haze. Okay, it's too bad. But this guy, remarkable life. It's a life very well lived, and there's a lesson in it for all of us. Dr. DOOK Kim, born in North Korea, died a few days ago in Fall River, Halifax, Nova Scotia. What a wonderful man. I applaud him. We'll say a prayer for him. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as for those trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And I'm going to make one other comment. Lobsters. The war coming. So the people laughed when I said that Vladimir Putin was going to invade Ukraine. Well, the war is in the second year now, and there's another war coming with the communist China. Those bastards, the communist China, going to invade real China, free China, Taiwan, and you're going to see, I made a video last winter, $3 or $4 a pound for lobsters. I think I'm high. Okay, I think I'm high in that price. There'll always be a market for lobsters, but not at the price it's selling for now. Everything has a price for, a market for that at the right price. You can make money selling anything if you can buy it cheap enough. Conversely, you take that cliche, if you put something too high a price, it'll not sell. And this is where crab had been and lobster has been until recently. With that, people like hearing the truth or not. Tough. Tell me in the next few weeks or months, a couple of years, I'm wrong. But Dr. Kim, born at the assistance of his mother and with help of an uncle, escaped North Korea. If people knew how people in North Korea, they tell me from satellite images, you can tell it's North Korea where the demilitarized zone is, something called a demilitarized zone that is between North and South Korea. You can see North Korea on a satellite because there's no electricity, very little. It's noticeably darker in the northern half of the Korean Peninsula. And by the way, the Korean War was a proxy war from communist China. In North Korea, Vietnam, the Korean War was a proxy war from communist China. The Vietnam War was a proxy war from communist China. And now the war to invade Taiwan is a direct war from communist China. Going to have profound impact. With that, we got to go. All the best, God bless, and I'm going to get my rolled oats myself shortly. Thank you very much. You get breakfast yourself too. Bye for now.